Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Haven't been haven't posted in a long time, so I feel like it's a little awkward. But anyway, I want to start a new segment on my channel, and I'm gonna call it Sunday Soul Talk. So just me having a conversation with people in my life, and I'm gonna start first with you because you're my sister. And yeah, I figured why not start with my sister because she's the closest person to me.
Aww, I am.
Yeah. And we regularly have conversations where we go in depth about whatever topics at hand. So yeah, that's what this is gonna be, like me talking to my people. And yeah, just keeping it candid, as unfiltered as possible, within reason, because you know YouTube is, you know, you can't even say things on here. Like they have certain words. I don't know if that's true or not. But anyway,
you can't say certain words.
Yeah, because they say they'll demonetize you or whatever. It's not like I'm getting paid now. So we're gonna be talking about matters of the heart. And whatever flows out of my mouth. So
let's get started.
Okay, so I think we should take it easy and start with like soulmates. Do you believe in them?
Mm-hmm.
Can it be multiple?
I believe in soulmates, most definitely.
Me too.
I used to think that it was only one, and I used to think that you only can have one soulmate, but now I think you have more than one.
Mm-hmm.
And soulmates don't have to be romantic people in your life, or like romantic relationships in your life. I think they can be great friendships as well. And I am really into Greek mythology, and there's a myth that humans used to have 2 faces, 4 arms, and 4 legs, and Zeus was afraid of them, so out of fear he split them in half and condemned the humans to spend the rest of their lives finding their other half. So that's another,
I think that's so interesting.
Right? Like, it's so fascinating to look at other like cultures and ideologies about certain things, but so that lent itself to having one soulmate. But now I feel like that you can have multiple soulmates. Like, I think you're my soulmate.
Yeah, me too. I am.
She is.
I feel like you're my soulmate for real.
Yeah. And I do believe that you can have a romantic soulmate as well. So.
Yeah, I believe in soulmates too. I think that I feel like soulmates come in your life at whatever time period that you're in, whatever phase of your life that you're in, and they're meant, in a sense, they're meant to, I guess, teach you something about yourself at that point in your life. You know, I believe you can have multiple. It could be your dog.
It could be your daughter,
your kid,
your son.
And I feel like I've came across people I would consider to be my soulmates in some way. Yeah.
Okay.
So, yeah. But I think that's just the way I think about soulmates is the way I think about love. How there's like so many layers to it, and there's so many ways to love and show love. Yeah.
You know, I remember, well, Halloween just passed, and they were playing all the good Disney movies, and Twitches came on, and
my sister.
And there's a scene where Tamara's mother was telling her something like to get to how to battle darkness, and she said it's love, and you can make. She said love is infinite, and you can make more when you have to. And I used to think that when people say, "Oh, I love you," like casually, like they don't mean it. I believe you can love whenever, however you want, you know? So you can't just, I don't think you can go out and say like, "Oh, I love you," and you don't like having a connection with someone. But over time, and you guys build a good bond, and all the layers that makes a good friendship, you end up loving them, you know? So that being said, I'm just saying, like, I love my friends. And if you just came into my life versus if I've known you for a long time, I can still love you guys, them. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no,
like,
it makes sense.
Yeah.
Yeah, I believe that. I think...
I got so loud, I'm sorry.
Oh, no, you're fine. I think when it comes to love, I guess we're just transitioning to conversation. But I think when it comes to love, there's no, like, there's no blueprint.
Yeah.
You know. Yeah, like I don't know. Sometimes you end up loving people you didn't expect to love them or whatever, and like you don't know why you love them so hard, but you do, and you gotta accept it. Yeah. And I think that's one thing about me. I know I love hard. Like I know that, and I used to be mad at myself for loving as hard as I do, but as I got older, I just started to be like, that's just how you are, and you shouldn't have to apologize for it. So I don't. I would not apologize for how hard I love someone.
Love is so many layers, like you said. Like it's like when people say love is blind, I've said that, so I'm a part of those people. But when people say love is blind, I think they mean it in a negative way. Like love makes you do certain things. I think love is like an umbrella.
Yeah.
And everything else falls into it, but the umbrella of it is love. So people stay in relationships not necessarily because of love specifically, but because you're all I know and I'm comfortable with you, or.
So, that's not necessarily a bad thing, though.
That's not a bad thing.
But within reason, it can be.
But it can be, you know. So, yeah, that's a whole different discussion. Love, but yeah. So we do believe in soulmates.
Yeah. Oh yeah, and even with soulmates, I don't think you always end up with your soulmate. And I don't think also all of your soulmates are meant to stay in your life for the rest of your life, if that makes sense. That's just me going back to saying I think that they're here to teach you a lesson and all that type of stuff. And people in general.
Or some people, I think you're just best as friends.
Yeah,
like
that too.
Like you can, like, you know, like the ones that got away, or the ones that you never really took that romantic step with. I feel like that they could potentially be a soulmate, but as a friend. And if you
yeah, they just have, I guess they have to be whatever category they're meant to be.
Yeah, you know, but that's even tricky stuff. I'm just saying.
Yeah.
Soulmates can be friends, soulmates can be lovers, family, dogs, fishes. You know, a connection. As long as you have a deep connection with someone, it could potentially be a soulmate.
Yeah, like even when we were talking a minute ago, we were saying how I guess in some kind of way, soulmates have probably been here before.
Like when you like
with deja vu or something.
Yeah, deja vu. Like you could just meet someone and you guys have such a great vibe and you guys can talk about anything. Like you just get that aura from them. It feels like your souls have met before.
Yeah, and honestly, that could be what it is too. Because even with deja vu, sometimes you talk to people like, did we talk about this before? Yeah. And then
it's a sense of familiarity with them. Yeah.
Yeah, I don't know. I believe in that though. Maybe you guys were probably here in a past life or in somewhere in whatever realm or in like future somewhere you probably.
Like when I tell you, I'm so interested in like different views of life when it comes to like different cultures, like reincarnation, like all that stuff. I believe in that, and
because even reincarnation, when people talk, this is about to go left or whatever. We're just gonna let the conversation flow. Yeah. But even reincarnation, I feel like it happened. I don't know, but I'm open to different ideas of how it might be, and the whole thing of it, of some people and their ideas of it, is like, if you didn't, I guess, successfully do what you were meant to be here for, I guess, then you're gonna keep coming back until you fulfill that purpose. And then when you've done
honestly, that's comforting because I feel like I'm not doing my life right.
You feel like I'm being reincarnated?
Well, no, I'm just saying like if that was because I haven't really done too many in-depth research about reincarnation, but that's like the explanation. Like your life is a trial and error. Yeah. So and I feel like that can be comforting because right now I don't feel like I'm adulting properly. Right. So I can be like, okay, I can do this again. Like that's what I was thinking, but you know you can be reincarnated as an animal. I don't want to come back and say.
Yeah, no, I'm not trying to do that. But yeah, like I've heard that too when people say you're gonna keep coming back until you fulfill your purpose, and then once you've done it, you can go ascend. You know, I do feel like ultimately we're here for love.
Oh yeah, me
and
too.
I think that's why I'm so happy that regardless of whatever we might have went through in life, any type of like, you know, trauma and all type of stuff, I won't let anything harden my heart. Like I'm always open to loving and loving again. You know, like I don't want anything to turn my heart cold. I'm gonna always be like, oh, you love too hard. Yep. Let me love hard. And I'm not gonna apologize for that. So, I think ultimately that's our purpose.
Yeah.
Spreading love. That's what the real.
I was gonna sing that lyric.
So so what about timing? Because you could always meet the right person, but the time is just like not in your favor.
Yeah, I think timing is important to relationships. Building a strong relationship. Since I'm single, I feel like transitioning into a relationship, I have to make sure I'm mentally and emotionally ready for it.
Right.
And the other person has to be as well. Because introducing someone into your life and back into your personal space that you probably wasn't used to for a long period of time, that's a whole level of discomfort in its own, you know. So I think the timing is right in that aspect. So when it comes to expectations, do you think it's necessary to have them in relationships? Okay.
I think it is important to have expectations because however, we're gonna go through like all these stuff in relationships or whatever. I think it's important for us to hold each other accountable. And like personally, what I expect in a relationship is for us to constantly learn each other, because I feel like that's how you love. You constantly learn. Learn who they become over time. Because the same person you loved at like 15 is not the same person you loved at 26. You know what I'm saying? So like, I think that's important to hold your partner to a certain standard, and they do the same for you. But when it comes to like unspoken expectations, that's when the problems start. You know, and I think there's a fine line between unspoken expectation and being considerate. You know.
Okay.
So like that.
I think people give expectations a negative rep, because what you hold important to yourself, and what you would want a partner to contribute to a relationship is nothing wrong with that. Like for me, I want someone to be considerate. I want someone to be honest, trustworthy, you know, like affectionate. I'm a big affectionate.
You know, honestly,
connoisseur. Is that the right word?
Honestly, I feel like you can become that as affectionate as we are. That, and I think, and just in our, just speaking for me and my viewpoint on us when it comes to that part, right? Not to cut you off. I think it's because we really were born out of love. So that's why. Yeah,
I believe that.
Yeah, because because even with our friends, so they probably come over here and, oh, look at my battery. They'll be around us and be like, y'all say y'all love each other for everything. You're just going upstairs. Like, no, okay.
Yeah, we just naturally do that.
Yeah, but some people think that type of love is dangerous too.
I mean, it can be, but anything could be dangerous. Too much water is dangerous, you know? So I don't think you should stop doing something because you're afraid of the negative.
And some people are scared to be loved with that amount, you know? Because honestly, I want
a love that consumes me.
Me too, girl. And I want somebody who's going to love me with the same depth that I'm willing to love them. You know? And I feel like there's nothing wrong with that. Because I'm not interested in being in any relationship out of convenience.
Yeah.
You know?
Me either.
And I know when I love with all of me. And you feel that. So I don't think it's fair to myself to accept anything less than that. Because I know that type of love is out there, because that's the way I love. And I know I'm not the only one, you know? So, yeah, girl.
I don't think it's fair for anyone to, 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 go into a relationship where the way they love, or the amount of love that they're putting in, or whatever thing that you're putting in, is not being reciprocated. So it's not fair to them. So obviously, and for me and you, we wouldn't want to be in a relationship where your standards isn't met. Just like I wouldn't want a relationship where the person is giving me a level of something and I can't measure up to it because it's unfair to them. You know, so I think both parties should look for their equals. And that's happiness. You know what I'm saying? I guess the next question would be happiness. Yeah. Other than that, do you think you find happiness within a relationship?
I mean, I think, yeah, but I don't want to be that person that relies solely on my partner for happiness. You know, I believe they're supposed to add to my happiness, and then you find within your relationship you find happiness, but I don't want to be Kathy who's in a relationship. Like, I want to be Kathy and hey, I'm in a relationship, you know. Not just, I don't want to be solely just my relationship, you know. And I think that's why it's important to have like your individual life and like your own, your own thing going on or whatever, and then we come together and it's still the relationship part, it still exists.
To add to that, right, because I'm going to get back to the happiness, but earlier I said that I want love that consumes me. I do want that, but I want to retain my individuality at the same point, because that's always been one of my weaknesses. When it comes to myself in relationships, I'll have people after I break up with not break up with the person, after the relationship ends, loved ones will tell me that I act differently in a relationship. And you did. And I know I did. Looking but that's from outside looking in. But when you're in it, you don't realize. At least I didn't realize that I was a different person, or putting them before me. Because naturally, I think you want to put someone before. You don't want to put someone before you, but you want to make sure that you care. You show them that you care, and sometimes you forget about yourself, right? So I want to love that consumes me, but I want to retain my individuality too. And I think happiness, you have to be happy within yourself first before you get into a relationship, and that's like work that you have to make sure you get done with any relationship, whether it's romantic, platonic. And I think that we should look for partners, because happiness is a journey. Like self-love, happiness is a journey, a lifelong journey. So you need a lifelong partner, so I guess what I'm saying is when the next relationship I do have, romantic relationship I do have, I don't want just a husband. I want a life partner, because we're going to be going on this journey together, and I want to add to your happiness just as much as you add to mine. But if you leave me, or if you leave me, then my happiness doesn't go along with you, because I was happy before you, and I'll find my happiness again because it was always within me.
Right. I feel like a lot of people tend to, it's almost natural to, at least in one relationship or another, you lose yourself within a relationship. And I guess the more of the self-love that you end up taking in and stuff like that, you start to be like, okay, nah, like I have to put myself first sometimes, like you gotta keep in mind that you're a priority too. And I that's my problem too. And think excessively when that happens, that's when the problem starts. Because I don't think there's anything wrong with caring about somebody else first, but neglecting yourself as a whole is just that's dangerous too.
Yeah, I think it's like on the optimism and I don't know, like optimism and being naive are like right next to each other.
Yeah,
you know,
it's a blurred line.
Yeah, it's a blurred line, because my problem is that I expect people to do the same thing I would do for them.
Right.
You know, when you're in a relationship. So
you quickly learn.
Yeah, that is not the case. So as much as I'm considerate of of another person's feelings, doesn't mean they're going to be as considerate for me. And not saying that there's not someone as considerate as myself out there. When it comes to a spouse, the optimism in me believes that there's someone out there for me that will satisfy my needs, and I will satisfy their needs equally, and just at a balance, you know, because you can fall into the habit of bad habits, you know. So I know one of my bad habits in a relationship was going above and beyond. It's not even a bad habit. It's not being reciprocated. So you're putting so much into someone and it's not being reciprocated.
I feel like now it's easy for us to identify that when you're watching yourself or watching the person you become in a relationship. I know that for me, I'm the same way, but I won't let myself find a fault in that, because I feel like that's just in my blood to do that. And then I think honestly, because I don't necessarily expect somebody to love the way I love, it's natural for me to just not, I don't hold them to that standard, you know, like I don't.
That's not fair to you though.
And that's what I'm saying, like I'm noticing that now as I get older.
Yeah.
But I feel like I've always been that way.
But that doesn't mean that that's the right way to live your life.
That's what I'm saying. I don't think that is the right way. But that's one of the things I have to work on. Like that's my own, like one of my own internal battles. Like I don't know. I don't know. I feel like people I love, whether it's a relationship, a romantic relationship, it could be family members or whatever. Everybody is more important to me than me. You know, and I have my moments. I'm just like, I'm gonna do this myself or whatever. Yeah, cool. But I feel like as long as everybody around me is good, that's my happiness. You know. And then now I'm noticing like, okay, like Kathy, you gotta. It's easier said than done. You know. But that's one of my internal struggles.
Yeah.
But that's why I feel like now, as I get older and as I take self-love and self-care more into my daily routine and stuff like that, I start to feel like, yeah, what about me? You know, like I'm starting to have those moments too. And I know I deserve that, but I'm almost scared to receive it. I don't know what it's like to truly be on the receiving end of that, because I'm so much of the giver of that. You know, so like the idea of somebody just loving me the way I love is scary. So yeah. I don't know. That sound weird?
No, I don't think it's weird. I think a lot of caretakers, in a sense, have that same dilemma. I think I've been there before. And having to look yourself in the mirror and tell yourself that you deserve more is a real eye-opener, you know? Yeah, there's a lot in that. There's a lot in that.
Anyway, I'm sitting heavy, so.
Yeah, so you say that you're scared to receive the love that you give to your romantic lovers, family members, friendships, etc.
Well, honestly, family is okay. I feel like family love is different. I think you guys love me in the same way that I love you guys. But anything outside of that, like relationship with like romantic partners and stuff, that's mostly what I'm talking about. And like friends and stuff, yeah, but.
So why does it scare you though?
Because I'm not sure if I don't want to say I don't know if I deserve it, because I have my days and everything. I know I deserve it, you know. And now the days like maybe I haven't received that type of love either. It's probably because either I don't necessarily deserve it or I'm not ready for that type of love. I feel like if I ever came across that type of love that I would necessarily want, I wouldn't believe it. And I wouldn't take it for what it is. I don't think I would let myself accept it. Because I think I would just be... I don't know. I just feel like... I don't know. I just feel like I wouldn't know how to handle that. Because it would be new to me. I feel like right now, I'm not ready for it because I still have a lot of healing to do for myself. And I want to... Whoever my life partner is going to be, I want to give them a person who loves himself. And I feel like we all deserve somebody who loves himself, you know? Because it's not their job to fix me.
Yeah. I completely agree with that.
Yeah. Okay. And I feel like that would be unfair for me to put that on somebody. And not to say that you couldn't help me heal in some kind of way, but that's not your job. You're not supposed to fix me, you know? I have to learn how to function as a human by myself, you know? But I feel like the heart is a very complex realm, I guess, to dwell in or whatever. Oh, matters of the heart. It's a very complex place to dwell in.
I think we both believe that you're put on this world to love. Like that's the sole purpose, to love and give love. And I know at this point in my life, I know I'm nowhere near perfect. You ever notice like when if you look online and people say like when it comes to like women in relationships, they're not used to a good guy because they're so used to a bad guy. Now I don't feel like I've ever had a bad guy.
Me neither.
You know, I don't think I've ever had like a bad guy. But
yeah, that was pretty cool.
Like I haven't had a guy who manipulated me like crucial, like, you know, like extensively, to make me think like, oh, open the doors, like, oh my gosh, you can open the door for me, like that dramatic, like that, such a traumatic relationship to make me not realize that it's okay when a guy opens the door for you, or it's okay when they pay for the bill, or they send you gifts just because they feel like it, just because they want to, just because it's Tuesday, you know what I mean?
I feel like the relationships that we've had in the past, and well, I'll just speak for me, I guess. The relationships that I had in the past, I won't say they're not like horrible people. It's not like that. And I feel like I was blessed to experience them, you know, because in whatever way they taught me lessons and stuff like that. But as far as like, look, I don't want to come across like I'm just so like, I don't know what it's like to be true though. I'm not saying that. The relationships I've had in the past, the love that they gave me was the love that they knew how to give. You know, so I can't fault them on how they love, because that's probably the only way that they knew how to love or give love. So I don't want to say, oh, I just never been treated good. That's not the case.
And I'm not trying to say like I was perfect, because like you said, the relationship that you had, and I can say the relationships that I've had, I loved them the way I thought love was, you know. And I can't honestly say that I know truly what love is yet. But like my first love was high school love, puppy love, but I feel like puppy love is still substantial. I'm not trying to discredit high school love, especially because a lot of people like marry their high school sweethearts. But my first love, it was, now that I look back on it, it was very unhealthy on my end, just because I just wanted to be the perfect girlfriend. So any arguments like we may have had, that it was his fault, or like it was his, he should have been the one to apologize. I apologized because I just didn't want us to have, I wanted to go back to being lovey-dovey, you know. If he disrespected family, I would choose him, you know, and expect my family to not be okay with it, but I know that they'll eventually like get past it, because I love them, they love me, you know, and I love him, so let me love him right now, you know what I mean? And even saying it out loud, you could see how terrible that was, but like at that age, that's what I thought love was. And vice versa, the way they didn't point that out to me, or they didn't see it, or they accepted my love at the time as the right way to love, is not their fault. It's just the time of it, how old we were. So I wasn't a perfect lover either, but can't fault someone for not knowing something, you know. Love is very raw, but love can be very immature.
But love teaches you, though.
But love teaches you. And with age, you, just like with anything, you get better at it.
So I guess my last question will be, what kind of love are you willing to keep and dismiss, I guess?
It's so crazy when it's easy for you to say what you'll get rid of first before what you'll keep, you know. Because I feel like that's a lot of self-awareness, and unlearning certain things to see what actually works for you. So what I would get rid of is a one-sided love, because it's mentally, emotionally, spiritually draining and unfair, and love is an investment in a sense. So if I'm investing my all in you and you're not giving it back to me, then I don't be dramatic, but you're killing me, you know what I mean? So a one-sided love I would dismiss. I would get rid of. I would get rid of anything that's not extraordinary. Like I want to love. I really want a love that is blissful, you know, whatever bliss means for you, you know. So I don't want just like an ordinary type of love, you know. Like I want a one-of-a-kind love that you can't live without, you know. And I know you can spin that and make it negative, you know what I mean? Like a love that you can't live without. But the risk of love is worth it. Like the payout of love is worth the risk of it, you know. Like I hate getting my heart broken, you know, but that doesn't make me not want to try again, you know. I haven't it hasn't made my heart hard. So I don't want an ordinary love, and I don't want a one-sided love. You tell me what type of love that you don't want, and then we can, you know.
I don't want a love out of convenience. I don't want love that's, because a lot of people love you when it's beneficial to them, and they'll love you, I guess, on their terms. And I don't want a love that's gonna drain me, because I'm not interested in draining my partner. I'm not interested in taking their freedom. You know, like I don't want to control in love either. And to me, well, you said just say the stuff that you don't want. So experience one-sided love before. And I think that's one of the most painful things, if not the most painful things that can come from a relationship. And I don't want that either. But yeah.
So what kind of love do you want?
I want, it sounds dramatic, but I really want like an everlasting love. Like I want a passionate love. I want a genuine, passionate, affectionate love. And I want a love that only desires me. And that's not to say you can't love people like your friends, your family, not like that. But like eventually, like to be someone's only, then yeah, that's what I want. And I want an equal love. So yeah, that's it.
I love you. Nah, I think that's a great way to end the video.
Yeah, me too. So yeah, anything else you want to say? I'm just gonna end it there.
No, you can thank me for having me as
All
your
right.
guest.
So thank you for being my first guest. I'm sure you're gonna be in like 37 more of these videos.
That's fine. I plan on it.
And so yeah, thanks you guys for watching the first episode of Sunday Soul Talks. By the time this is edited and stuff like that, I already put a disclaimer, and I said these are supposed to be Sundays, and if I don't have anybody else to talk to, it's just gonna be me running my mouth, or it's not gonna be a video. Okay? So no, like that sounds terrible, no expectations. But like these are meant for Sundays. Yeah, thanks for watching the first episode. I hope you found it interesting. And if you watch the video all the way to the end, thank you.
Yep, you're a real one.
Yeah, I appreciate you.
And keep the discussion going, like go in the comments and say what, you know, like what type of love you want, what's a negative type of love and what you can improve on, you know?
What kind of love are you willing to walk away from? Just speak your heart, you know what I'm saying? And just be in the comments and just talk so I can respond and I have things to do too. Because I want to talk. But yeah, so that's it. Don't forget to like, subscribe, turn on your notifications, comment, share the video, spread the word, all of those things. And like, just love, okay? Keep loving.
Keep loving.
All right, y'all, we out.